Hey guys, and welcome to another Lazy Sunday. We're going to be going solo with this one, and we're going to go into one of my favorite game franchises, Mountain Blade. So obviously I have a little bit of experience in this through Warband and Reign of Fire. So we're up to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Of course, I do have a bit of time in this as well, but we're not going to waste too much time on the title screen. We're just going to get straight into a sandbox. So we're just going to muck around, probably play as a mercenary company for quite a bit, and just see what mischief we can get up to.
Years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich, but empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
So you can definitely tell that the setting and or story is very similar to that of the Inner Sphere, with the houses rebelling against the Star League and so forth. So we're not only that much different. The only difference is also instead of big ass mechs walking around, we're just on horseback with swords and shields. So all good. So we have 6 different cultures we can choose from. We have the Valradians, which are descended from the adventures of the West, who lived under the Empire of centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they have evolved into a well-organized feudal society, led by a castle of warlike nobles who preferred to fight with spear and lances on horseback. We also have the Sturgians, which are descended of the foreign tribes of the north. As the empire expanded into the cold forests, they found a steady market for the luxurious furs of woodland animals, whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Surgeon chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of Nord mercenaries, who migrated into their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and for plunder. We have the Empire, which is the Calradian Empire is in decline. Even before the suspicious death of the Emperor, once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war, yet Calradians endure. The methodical study of defensive strategy, in which garrison cities slow down invading forces until mobile field armies can come into their rescue, helps hold their neighbors at bay. We have the Azari, who are inhabitants of the desert, a mixture of nomadic Bearden and settling oasis farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of learning of the many lands, especially medicine. gained from relying on some of their countries most relying should be. Anyway, gained from relying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is forcefully proud of the lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, they become a major force in the south. We have the Kurzates, which are a confederation of steppe tribes used to live in nomadic life. We have recently settled, have recently settled in the eastern frontier of the empire and are slowly transitioning into an Arganian society with prominent town centers. Despite this, they still retain many aspects of the nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted artillery, shooting, and then galloping out of reach. And we have the Britannians, which still remember the old days when the woods stretched across northern Calradia, and the empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going to battle, and even their nobles men prefer to fight on foot, while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. So there are our 6 different cultures we can choose from. Obviously, they do get bonuses and negatives as per cultural rights. But as we go through, I think we're just going to start ourselves as stock standard empire, just so we can get the less garrison troop wage and gain more influence for being an army. Not that influence is going to be too much of an issue, because we're just going to be playing mostly as mercenaries. But hey, we could build up quite a sizable army and end up forging our own, not culture, but forging our own empire as we go anyway. So we'll see how it all turns out. For our character, I don't particularly have a particular look that I'm interested in, so I usually just click the old random button and move on with my life. So we got a bloke who's got one hell of a hairdo, that's for sure. So choosing our family. So we were born into a family of, we have a landlord's retainers, a urban merchants, a freeholders, urban artisans, foresters, or urban vagabonds. We can just choose on through what we want. They all do give different benefits, as you can tell down the bottom. So we gain 10 skill levels and 1 focus point to riding and polearm and 1 attribute point in vigor. These are our total skill points that we're going to need. So we have attribute points, and then we have skill points in an actual attribute to put for. It all makes sense once we're playing through. Ultimately, there's probably a meta build, so to say, but I tend to just play around with it and go as change as it goes, because you'll end up having extra people in your party anyway. They'll fill in your gaps. So it's not an overall hit or miss type thing. The only difference is obviously what play style you play. Depends on what weapon skills you might pick up. But as it goes, you could always just change into what you want to be running anyway. So what we were born into, let's go with some... We could go merchants. We are doing a type of mercenary type theme, so we'll say we were merchants. And then as a child, we were noted for either our leadership skills, our brawn, our attention to detail, our aptitude for numbers, our way with people, or our skill with horses. Just to keep things simple and moving along, we're going to go with our brawn. We were a wiry little kid, which gives us the 1 point in vigor, which is our ability to move, force, and speed, and also gives a bit of skill in two-handed and throwing weapons, which would be interesting. So growing up a bit further, you spent most of your time either at the town's watch training ground, with the alley gangs, at docks and building sites, in the markets, with your tutor, or caring for the horses. Ooh, we might go with the town watch training ground, just so we got a bit more combat beneath us, because starting off is generally a bit of a hassle. Mountain Blade Games is very much a zero to hero type story, so we'll see how we go with that. So now we're in our youth. So as a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. We could either be training with the cavalry, we could stood guard with the garrisons, we could have rode with the scouts, could have trained with the infantry, could have joined the skirmishers, or we could have marched with the camp followers. We might, just to get us a bit more obviously skills with the horse and such, because our endurance is quite low. We've got no skills in riding. We might train with the cavalry. Also, it gives us a nice big long spear on the back of our character, which will be very helpful, because getting up and close with your enemies means you get close to big sharpy pointy things that hurt. So we'll go with the polearm. It also gives us a shield and a sword for our character, which is nice. And finally, before we set out on our life adventure, our biggest achievement was either we defeated an enemy in battle, we led a caravan, we invested some money in a workshop, we survived a siege, we had a famous escapade, or you treated people well. We're going to go with escapade. Famous escapade sound funny. So either it was maybe a love affair, or maybe we cheated at dice, or maybe just chose your words poorly when drinking with a dangerous crowd. Either way, it gains us +1 valor and +5 renown. During our choices, we managed to get the daring skill, which is good. It represents our reputation for risking our life to win glory, which is definitely the way of a merc. So, not bad at all. For our starting aids, because we are going to be playing with the life and death system active, so our character will actually age and die. Also, they can gives them the ability to have children, and then those children will be able to grow up as retainers and so on and so forth. So we're just going to start off in the 30s, just so we got a little bit more skills and attribute points underneath us, and we're not a kid going into battle. So lovely. For our banner, so we are Empire based. Obviously, these are just the base banners. I have not installed any mods other than a increase in blood mod, just to get a bit more visual effect out in the field, because I find that when you have a big massive battle and everything's done and dusted, it doesn't really look overly dramatic. So done a little bit better that way. We're just going to go ourselves with a, I don't know, a simple bird. Go with the bird. We'll go with that bird. And colors wise, we might flip our colors. We'll go for a bit more of a orange and black, as in the iron anvil that we do play in Battletech. Might make the bird a little bit bigger on that shield, just to fill it in. Nice, gives it a banner, so nice. We can change our clan name at any point, so, but I'm not too worried about that. It's just more or less a stickler for what your clan name is, and our character's name is Portaclis. I probably said that completely wrong, but I don't care, because we're moving on. For difficulty, we're going to throw ourselves straight onto realistic mode. As I said, we're going to enable birthing and aging. We've got death available for all heroes, and we will add Iron Man just so we can't cheat the system and reload a save. So here we are in the world of Calradia. As you can tell, it is quite a big zone if you have not seen this game before. You can go pretty much everywhere apart from in the water at the moment. There is a DLC coming that is adding boats and such, so that's going to be very interesting. And it adds a whole new area to the north up here. So we'll see how we go, but as it stands, we're all the way down near Danuska. Yeah, I can read words. And we are near the fancy Azurai. I had to think for a second then. And the Carnate is over on our side here as well. And we're definitely in Empire space. So, as you can tell, we're all on our own. As you can tell by the number 1 next to our character. So it is us. We have a land speed, and we only have 1 troop, which is us. We are the troop. So I believe in going to the party here. Yep, this is us. We have some skills to put into our character, though. So we might up our combat ability slightly by 1 with our free attribute point, and with 1 more attribute point, we might increase our intelligence. Just so we might increase our science and so forth, of which I will dedicate a skill, just because it's going to allow us to get more hit points. And later on, it'll be stuff like healing rates and so on and so forth, because when you take damage, health damage, so say, when you come out of battle, you don't immediately go back to full health. You only heal a certain amount, and then you'll need to heal in the field and so on and so forth if you've not played these games before, obviously. So, you have at least 1 in medicine. We might up our polearm a little bit, because we are going to be relying on that in combat a little. And I don't know if we have any throwing weapons and so forth. We can go back into that. In our inventory, we do not. So we just got our sword, our shield, and a spear. So not overly worried about our control weapons of yet. And we might up our riding because we're definitely going to rely on our horse. So we might just throw the last 2 skill points in riding because we're not going to be on foot too much. Only when our horse gets dropped. But we're riding around and doing what we can. So I don't believe there would be a tournament going on in the Gnosis. Oh, apparently I gained a level immediately, which is interesting as well. Let's up our skill point again. So for this one, we might up our tactics. This gives us a bit more simulation advantage and decreases the sacrifice troop number when trying to get away. It's not the big things, it's more these formation setups. Or we could go, because we don't have any skill points in one hand, we might actually put it in one-handed. Just combat skills for now. It's all good. So, via our symbols, we do have some troops that we can recruit here. But they are well out of our reach, so because we don't have enough standing with anyone just yet. So we can't actually do that. We could go to the tavern and see if there's a skilled party member there. But overall, we don't have massive amounts of money. We only got 1,000 coin to our name at the moment. And 48 morale. Okay, we only got 2 food variety. What food do we have? Because we do need to feed our troops. We apparently have no food on us. That's going to be a problem. Well, let's buy ourselves some grain. Just so we don't starve. And that might be all we really need to look for. I mean, we could have a quick look at our weapons, but I don't think there's anything too grand outstanding here other than our spears. We got no real... I mean, the fine spear does give us the thrust attacks able to dismount other people's riders, and it is longer than our militia spear. Is heavier. Does a little bit, well, it does quite a bit less thrust damage though, and has less handling skill. So I think we're pretty good at the moment. Don't know if we can get too much in the way of armor wise. We could buy ourselves a nice coat for our head. Keep ourselves alive a little bit. $399 dose. And body armor wise, oh, we can't afford any of that. We do have okay body armor. We can't afford those. We could afford those, but we have no money left. And we don't, oh no, we can't afford any of that actually because of what we're buying. That's okay. That looks like all we're going to really do. We'll go put our headdress on. At least we've got some head armor, a whole 14 of it, which is lovely. Then we're going to leave the city and we're going to head on into the wild blue world. So first things first, we're going to be looking for some rebels. Oh, which we found are 12 bandits. 12 bandits might be a little bit too much for us at the moment because we are fighting alone. Don't want to pick a fight too hard from us. 7 bandits. 7 bandits should be okay. Should be okay. We'll find out soon enough. So, Mr. Forest Bandit Man, I like your bear. Your bear on your head is very nice. We're going to sort of fly this double into our web. Okay, fair enough. We're going to fight you if I dare. And this is usually where it all turns to shit and we end up on our back or captured.
Under my
so
orders.
We'll see how we go. All right, they do have bows, so we are going to move. So this is how battle is done. You get transported from the main map into a combat map. It usually mirrors the surrounding territory that you were in. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Just these guys are going to be really annoying with their bows. Well, they've hit my horse. They're being annoying. Oh, that hit me. Oh. We're going for attack. So attacks are done by direction. I don't have it turned on, so you can't really see it. But depending on where you swing with your mouse, depends on where you swing with your sword. So if I was to swing out wide like this, you can still miss. I'm still a little bit rusty at this. I haven't played this game for at least a couple months. Oh, that was a nice hit. These guys are not too bad to fight though, because they don't have shields. So it's got a lot of arrows, as you can tell by my character getting everything stuck out of it. Oh, swung too late. I need to try and get these guys all out of the way. Oh, jeez, too high. Too high, Blake. Come on. You know how to play this game. You've done this before. Ow. Well, if I get hit again, I'm going to go on my ass. Maybe 7 was too much to chew. Oh, well, he's not having fun. As we're going to keep getting closer. Just zigged when the zagged. Very pretty, though. I'll see if you've ever seen Warband or Fire and Sword. It's definitely shows its age a little bit. Oh, well, he's out of it. I dropped one of them. All right. Not the bushwhacker. Can't drop bushwhackers. Just gonna keep riding a circle. Is anyone dizzy yet? Oh, well, that wasn't a very good attack swing, Blake. Oh, we dropped another one. Oh, that was a kill. That wasn't a knockout. That guy's not injured. And also, as you can tell by now side of the screen, we are gaining XP for our skill points, which is how you ultimately level up. And of course, I got knocked on my ass. Alrighty. So we are down, and we lost the battle.
We've shown them!
And they are very happy about that, even though they've lost 3 men. So yes, we killed 2, and we wounded 1 of them. So we did something at least. So we didn't die, which is good. But now we're being captured. So we don't have control at the moment. We're just along for the ride. So after painful days of being dragged around as a prisoner, suddenly one of your captors comes near you with an offer. He proposes to free you in return for 322 gold. You decide to refuse him because I'm not spending that much money. You stole all my grain, you bastards. I don't know if you stole any of my weapons. Okay. After painful days of being dragged about as prisoner, you find our chance to escape. We managed to escape. As you can tell here, we only have 20% of our hit points at the moment because, like I said, we don't heal instantly back to full at the end of a battle. So I don't believe they stole anything other than our grain. Okay, they did steal our grain, but that's not here or there, and we're going to run away as fast as we can. Because we don't want these guys to come back for us. Which we can advance time. And we're going to go hide in this town for a little bit. So we're going to regenerate health a little bit faster because we're in a settlement. So our hero rate's going to go up. And ultimately, we don't have to worry too much about food just yet. Because we've got 19 days until we have no food. So we're just going to wait here for some time. Just increase our healing. And once we get back to full health, we will continue on. Alright, so we've managed to get ourselves back up to a 92% health, which is pretty good. Doing so, we've managed to up our medicine skill a little bit, so now we've got surgeon skill on top, which is going to help our healing rate slightly as well. We have 16 days until food, so we're just going to buy ourselves some more grain. Our infinite wisdom, just so we can lose it again, probably. That's all right. We'll just buy 1 this time. Because they'll give us quite a bit of food. Yeah, so we've got 36 days before we have to worry about food. But while we were waiting, I did notice, other than the 15 looters that have been roaming around, there was an 8 looter group. I know it's more than the forest bandits, but these guys do not have bows. They can throw rocks, but they don't have bows. So...
Hello, traveller. Hope you brought your purse. See, we're what you might call brigands. And I'm afraid we can't let you pass without paying us a bit of coin.
Oh, so he's gonna try to get me coin, but I'm gonna fight him instead. And this is probably where I get my ass kicked on the second time. And my guy keeps yelling to nobody, and I don't know why. All right, so this time we're gonna go with the spear. Because I did look at the spear before, and apparently it wasn't two-handed, it was one-handed. So I could have been spearing and using the shield, so... We'll live and learn. Oh, well, he blocked it. That's great. Now block with your... Block the rocks. I don't want to get hit by a rock. Please, sir, don't hit me with a rock. Haha! Okay. Oh, my guy's very not happy with these guys. He's felt what it feels like to get hit by a whole bunch of arrows, so... Oh, we've hit someone. We've made contact. I gotta get you, buddy. Ooh. Ooh, ow. Not for rocks. Rocks are bad. They're less hurty than the arrows, but... Oh, he's having fun. That man has a pitchfork back there. I wonder if he's gonna pull it out and stab my horse. I prefer if he didn't stab my horse. Well, that guy copped that. That would have hurt. Would not would have wanted to feel that. Stop throwing shit. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going back to sword. Whatever button sword was on. Lovely. Alright, so we've managed to up our skills enough to gain a level, which is cool. And we're going to keep upping our combat skill, but they're going to start blocking my weapon all the time, aren't they? Just to spite me. Oh, that would have hurt. Oh. Sometimes you see some pretty brutal things in this game. Oh, okay, well, if you're going to be like that, I'm pulling the spear back out. I need a faster horse. When I can come charging at 1,000 miles per hour and stop being dizzy. Let's go the other way for a little bit. Okay, no, you're actually trying to swing over yourself. That's not the best move. Oh, that guy's not having fun. Now I'm going to keep trying to block my spear though. Hopefully when they go high, we can strike low. Problem is I need to wind the spear up, so... Oh, nice. That's a spear in the face. The guy cannot be happy about that. Right around the bush. Oh, somebody's down. There's a spear in the gut. We're just gaining more riding skill. We're up to 24 riding skill, which is cool. Okay. They've conned on to me striking low now. So striking high is the way to go then. Oh, okay. Goddamn AI being smart and all. Okay. Don't really need to block with the sword just yet. Oh, scored someone. Let's go for a bit of a stab. Oh, okay. We don't have the reach for that. Come back around. Oh, there's another one down. Lovely. Go back to our polearm. See if they've adjusted accordingly. Nope. That guy is not happy anymore either. Couple of kills. These guys are way more our speed to start with. Oh, okay. I was apparently stabbing the ground. The ground is what I wanted. Oh, these guys are all smart. Look how smart they are. Blocking a spear with a sword. It's one hell of a skill there, buddy. I know my striking's not very quick, but... Oh! Right in the gut. What we need to do is get ourselves a lance. So we can couch it under our arm and come flying in, and they can try and block it all they want then. It's still going to blow straight through. You can do that. That is something you can do in this game. Oh my. You can also get on foot and try and fight them on foot if you think you're skilled enough to take 4-on-1. Obviously, I'm running realistic settings, so I do take full damage when I get hit by a sword or such. Hence why playing a little bit more safely. Except for that guy. He's not playing safely at all. They're down to 3. Wait till we go 1-on-1 and then we'll do some ground fighting. If I can remember how to get off the horse. Oh god. Oh, that's nice, but terrain is very lovely. This game is very nice to look at. It does have weather effects now too. Last time I played they were just added, so that gives you a bit of a time frame anybody who does know this game when the last time I actually played was. So, but we've just got a nice clear sky at the moment, and we've got 3 looters left. And apparently I'm dead. I don't feel like I'm dead. I don't look dead. Look like I'm going to stab you. Oh, that's not the guy I went for. There's all your friends lying around the ground. Not happy with themselves. Oh, come on. Definitely need a faster horse. Definitely need a calculator so I can ride in at a good pace and use the weight of the horse against them. Would be nice. Go for a little bit of a swing around. Oh, that kind of worked. Slowly hitting them. The blood does de-render at a certain distance by the looks of it, but...
Die, you bastard!
And don't call me a bastard. That's not very nice, sir. Just because I'm riding over the top of your fallen mate. I mean... Well, he's not dead, but he definitely ain't happy. That's for damn sure. I'll go low again, because they keep blocking high. What you gonna do, buddy? What you gonna do? Oh, you go full on your ass. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of distance. We're gonna swap over to our sword. And then we're gonna get off the horse. I found the button. I found the button for the horse to mount. Alright. What are you gonna do? So you do need to block in the right direction. I mean, a sword does... A shield does kind of help in that regard, but you take more damage on the shield if you do an incorrect block. And he's down. And we win. We won a battle. We're not as crap as we think we are. 6 kills and 2 wounded. Well, we gained renown, and well, we don't really care about morale because we can't unmorale ourselves, but gaining renown is good. Renown will help us further on, and we can take it 2 prisoners. Why not? Is what our prisoner is good for? Turning into money. Oh, we got some dates. And some fine wrap shoes. Well, we're going to update our shoes because they're better armor. We could do some common shirts. It is lighter. I mean, we look like a peasant, but it is what it is. Everything else is less, and we gain another grain at least. But it allows us a whole bunch of gear that we can go off and sell. Is it too heavy? Is it that way? Yes, it is too heavy. That's why the game's saying no, not allowed it. So they put 7 weight. I thought, oh, something was too heavy. We'll lose a grain. That's okay. We'll go with that. Lovely. We managed to win combat, and we didn't take too much health damage either, so we're still 85%. And we leveled too, so we got 2 skill points, and we got our riding skill up a bit. So once you hit certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Milestones in your skills, you can then choose a perk from the 2. So for the first riding perk, we can either choose a plus 20% charge damage dealt, and including the 10% damage dealt by all troops in my formation with their cav. Or we can gain plus 10 maneuverability and plus 30 riding skill for all troops in my formation. So we're going to get the maneuverability because we were circling like a shark for quite a bit. So the maneuverability will help with that. One of our skill points is definitely going to medicine because as the start of this campaign's shown, we're going to need to be healing ourselves quite a bit. And we might put another skill point in one-handed because we are using one-handed in a polearm. We'll go one-handed just for those odd occasions that we do need to drop to the ground and fight 1-on-1 one in on the foot. So it's probably going to be best for that. Just up to our learning rate, the more skills I should say. So it makes us get these perks quicker. Lovely. And with that, we're going to ride back to town, or we could ride to a little village and see if they've got any quests there. I think we ride back to town. And dodging those 15 looters because I don't particularly want to fight them just yet. So with our message inside here, a castle has been besieged. So as in the worlds would be in Battletech, all these castles and towns can be taken by different factions and they can change hands, so on and so forth. So ultimately, that's what, as a merc, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be joining in with certain factions to fight against other factions. And providing we follow the terms of our merc contracts and such, we don't even gain any negative rep with anyone. We just get more and more renown until at some point everyone hates our guts because we'll take a town of our own. So trading wise, we're going to sell all our rubbish. So all this stuff that we don't need, but we're definitely going to keep our food, keep ourselves nice and happy. So we're going to gain 230 coins. Don't know if they've got any better swords here. So we do, well, we will have about 800 coin, 850 odd coin, but don't really want to waste all that on a sword just yet. We could pick ourselves up a better shield. Because the shield we have is just a flat heater shield. So we're going to have a quick look-see at the shields. So these shields have a lot more hit points, but they're also nice fast speed. And they're obviously a lot heavier. So that's the thing. Or we could pick up some javelins. Because we do have a 4th weapon slot that we have free. So we could pick up some javelins. At least then we'd have something ranged. Ultimately. Ooh, accuracy 92, speed. Those are some nice jagged javelins. We might actually buy some javelins. So we're going to get money in that regards. We don't have any gloves. We can buy some gloves. We're spending all our money, but we'll spend some money and we won't worry too much about anything else. Everything else is a bit too expensive. But we managed to get food from the looters, so ultimately not too unhappy with that. So we'll equip ourselves with the gloves and we'll equip ourselves with the javelins. Nice. So we've got some throwing weapons and we get 4. We get a whole 4 javelins we can throw, and they do restock at the end of battle. You don't have to keep buying them. So, and you don't have to pay for them either, like ammunition in Battletech. Which is nice. So we can now leave. So we could fight the 15 men. Be another round of running around and around in circles. Or we could head to this town and see if they have a quest for us. Just to get the renown going. Might be nice. I don't think they will have a quest though, because I'm fairly certain they need to have a blue question mark. Or a... No one here's got a quest. Okay. So while in the town, you can also buy products in town, but they'll generally only have goods that you can sell. So you can buy sheep and so forth, and you can set yourself up as a traveling merchant. That is something you could do as well. There's a lot of things you can do in this game. Okay, so she has a quest. I don't think I'm going to get there invite. So the 208 means that there's 208 men in that army. Which is not a very fun aspect if you try to fight. Oh, those are forest bandits. Revenge! Revenge on the forest bandits! Are you the same one? I hope you are, because I'm going to kill you.
On my orders!
Stop yelling at no one. Alright, now we're going to pull out our javelins. Alright, so we can still use our shield, which is why I wasn't too unhappy with javelins. Allows us to maybe dodge a couple of shots and throw a spear and miss. The real javelin experience. Throw a spear and a miss. Oh god, it takes so long to draw them. Oh, yep, that's not good. You need to keep your shield on them, like. You know what you're doing. Bro. Oh. I'm gonna go down again, aren't I? Keep the shield on him. Keep the shield on him. Don't let them hit you. Yeah, copper spear. That did nowhere near what I thought it would do damage-wise. Stay in the forest, they can't hit you in the trees. Alright, let's draw that spear. Oh, that was a good hit on the shield. Oh, nice. Nice stab. Nice stab. Oh, run the horse into him. Oh, nice stab. We're getting there. Luckily, our shield has not taken over massive damage from these arrows, so we will have the shield for quite a bit. Oh, he's cactus. Already got 4 blokes left. Oh, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. That was an arrow directly in my face. I think. Oh no, it's in my shoulder. In my face is in my shoulder. I don't know. It's somewhere. It's probably through my face at the shoulder. I'm gonna hit you with a horse because I can. Oh, okay. Well, he did not care, and I went down again.
Water for the craven! Victory!
Did I die? No, I didn't die. I'm just wounded again. 10 bucks says I stole my food again. God damn it. Yay, I'm free. There's still in my gear. No, I don't think they can steal gear in Bannerlord 2. They definitely do in Warband, that's for damn sure. Alright, well, they stole all my food again, so... God damn it. And we got no health. We're not doing too well here. We're going to go back to town, and we're going to heal up. And as we do so, I believe we'll start the next episode back at full health. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me for this little escapade in a Mountain Blade. If you do enjoy this, do let me know. I'm more than happy to continue on with this playthrough and see how far we can get with it. Also, if you want to see any other games, do let me know. Even if it's the older Mountain Blades, I'm more than happy to jump back to them as well. So thank you again. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.